Well, I finished them, and I'm not sure where I want to cut the post, but I can show you. You know, after bolting them through down there, you can see there's my aluminum. It goes down. It goes to the bottom right there like that. I bolted it here because I couldn't get it tight in the corner, and sorry about that. But it's very sturdy, and I've got two more bolts over here. Hard to see back in here, but two bolts there holding it, so you can see when I pull on it, it's sturdy down there. It's got enough flex, so if I hit it, you know, if I hit these things too hard, they're going to be done. But let me back up here. I don't know how well. So you can see they're nice and same angle. They're obviously too tall. But what I might do is I might just leave them for now. When I take the boat out the next time, when I put it in the water, more likely when I retrieve the boat, when I'm loading the boat back on, I'll mark them when I lower the trailer in the water. I'm going to try to do it where the trailer, as high as I can keep it in the water in the back, just because that keeps those tighter. Because once the boat is floating, it's going to make the distance from here to here higher, because the boat's going to be up a little bit, and so that will give me a little bit of play. That's why I made them tight, because I know that once it's floating, it's probably going to give me, you know, an inch. The bigger, the higher it goes, the wider it's going to get. But it's just a guide. It's not to hit them, but I would like it if when I get in, when I'm coming in, and I can aim in between them with the bow, and then as I'm going up, whatever side they hit, it kind of just slowly pushes it over to the side. Obviously the other one will stop it from cutting over, and I'm not gonna floor it. I don't have to floor it to get in there. Now once I get it up on the bow roller, I can give it a little gas, and it kind of pushes me up a little bit. It gets me closer to my winch, and then from there I can pull it up, and hopefully these will kind of center me on back there. Now after all that, I'm considering taking off those two little bunks that are on the sides, because those are a pain in the ass to line up with. Those I think are the biggest pain in the ass on it. That's why I added these carpeted ones, but I wasn't sure. See these down here, that little, I couldn't even recarpet them because they were so tight there. I'd have to actually cut them off because the bolts are so rotten, and you would never be able to get them off. But I'd have to cut the bolt or cut the bracket. Then if I take them off, I'm hoping it would be easier just to come in and hit these longer bunks. You're not going to be able to see up in here, so I might as well not even try. But there's that front bunk, the small one that I showed on the other video. That one, I might move that one further up, because this one you might be able to see. Can't really see it out here right now, but that one I'm thinking about moving up, because the trailer frame starts to taper in there, and the further up I move that, the more it will pinch me in the front. Well, that's it for now. I'll try to have my wife video when I'm coming in to load, and then at that time as well, I was considering maybe cutting this post. You know, if the boat's floating up, let's say 4 inches, then I can cut the post, maybe, I don't know, up there, because I don't want to cut it too low. I'm just thinking if the boat's floating, that's where I'm gonna mark it when I'm loading, because then I know how high typically the boat's floating at that point. I can mark it, probably go maybe another 4 or 5 inches off the top of that, and I don't know if tide, high tide, low tide is going to affect the trailer in the water. It does a little bit. The other day we went, it was high tide, and it floated off right away. Once I backed up, it floated off into the water, the boat. When we came back, it was low tide, and it's a big difference. It's probably a 2-foot difference in tide, but the launch is, I'll try to video the launch, but the launch has a very long underwater flat part, which is pretty good because you can back down and get that trailer pretty flat out there. Anyway, we'll get there. I did raise my motor a little bit higher. I'm going to check to see what that's doing. If not, I've come up with a solution to fix it. Is, you can see I'm as high as I can go. This plate will not go any higher because it's bottomed out right here. But what if I re-drill holes in the middle right now, that would give me play up and down. That's where I should originally drilled the holes. And there's enough space in between where I can drill those holes out and not cause any problems. I don't think it wouldn't weaken it in any way. And then I can play with it some more and get my cavitation plate at the right height. I really think it would make a difference because after going out this last time, I think there was a lot of drag. The water was riding right underneath this, and it was actually, you could see it, but because it was hitting here or hitting this plate, I'm not sure what was causing it. It was causing a spray to come up off the back of the motor, and I think it was more drag. You know, the more that keel down in the water, the more drag you're gonna get. And I've watched a couple videos. You want the back of this plate just out of the water, kind of just touching the water, and the front, it's kind of the same thing, maybe a little bit under the water, but I'm gonna play with that still. All right, guys, thanks for watching.